Good afternoon. This is Kwararafa Television News at noon. Joachim Denganapandawa is my name. We begin with the headlines. Tinubu hails military as 308 Kwara Niger abductees rescued. Prince Adeyemi rejects closed-door rep squeeze. South Africa plans new rules on ex-leaders' foreign trips after Zuma's visit to India. Now the news in full. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has welcomed the rescue of 308 persons abducted in separate attacks in Kwara and Niger states. Tinubu described the joint operation that freed them as the largest single-day rescue exercise ever carried out by security agencies and directed an immediate strengthening of early warning mechanisms to prevent future occurrences. A statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, disclosed that 163 of those rescued were abducted from Woro community in Kaima local government area of Kwara State, while 145 were taken in a separate attack in Niger State. The victims were rescued from the Kainji Lake National Park forest in New Busa local government area of Niger State, following a coordinated intelligence-driven operation by the National Counter-Terrorism Center, involving personnel from the Armed Forces, the Department of State Services, and the police force. The rescued abductees are currently receiving first aid and essential medical care at a medical facility within Wawa Cantonment, Onanuga revealed. The purported Director General of the Presidential Foreign Investment Promotion Council, Adeni Adeyemi, has rejected the House of Representatives ad hoc committee's decision to interrogate him at an undisclosed location while he remains in police custody. He insisted that any appearance before lawmakers should be conducted publicly. Adeyemi, through his lawyer, Ademola Oyedoku, said that he welcomed the House probe into the alleged establishment and operations of the PFIPC, but opposed the committee's plan to question him behind closed doors. The lawyer argued that fairness demanded that Adeyemi be allowed to respond publicly to allegations already made against him during the committee's open hearings. He called on the committee to invoke its constitutional powers under Section 89 of the Constitution to compel the police to produce Adeyemi at a public sitting. The Nigeria Bar Association has faulted the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission over the reported freezing of Osun State Government Bank account. The NBA said the anti-graft agency lacks the constitutional power to impose a blanket restriction on a state's finances without due legal process. The EFCC had directed that no money be withdrawn from the Osun State Government's statutory allocation account as part of an ongoing investigation. A letter by the Assistant Commander of the EFCC, Adenike Babalola, for the Director of Investigation, instructed the bank to place a post-no debit restriction on the account pending the conclusion of the probe. The EFCC in a statement said the action followed suspicious movement of funds amid an ongoing investigation into alleged fraudulent handling of about 11 billion naira in ecology funds, interventions funds, and Federal Account Allocation Committee allocations. The Nigerian Army has declared the governor of Islamic State West Africa Province, Abu Musa al-Mangawi Bashua Wali, and his deputy Amirul Jaish Muhammad Jida wanted following their identification from technical devices obtained during a recent offensive against the terrorist group in the Lake Chad region. The acting military information officer, Northeast Joint Task Force Operation Hadinkai, Captain Mohammed Goni, disclosed this in a statement. According to him, their identities were obtained after a forensic exploitation of the recovered devices, including high-value intelligence materials and a camcorder. He said during the operations, troops recovered several technical devices and other high-value intelligence materials, including a camcorder used by ISWAP terrorists to record propaganda videos and document operational activities. The federal government has inaugurated the governing board of the National Board for Technical Education after more than 5 years without one. It also rolled out a fresh reform agenda aimed at repositioning technical and vocational education and training as a key drive of industrialization, job creation, and economic growth. At the inauguration ceremony in Abuja, the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, charged the board to fast-track reforms that would align technical education with industry needs, modernize curricula, certify skilled artisans, and strengthen Nigeria's competitiveness in the global economy. It described the inauguration as a major milestone in implementing President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, which places education and human capital development at the center of the country's economic transformation. Alausa said the administration was deliberately shifting Nigeria's education system from overdependence on academic certificates to one that produces competent, innovative, and highly skilled graduates capable of driving industrialization and entrepreneurship. You're on to Kwararafa Television News. We'll be back in no distant time. Stay with us.
Good news, Tarabans and Nigerians. 2610 Multilinks Concept Limited is here where quality, reliability, and value matter most. Multilink Concept Limited is your trusted partner for motorcycles, genuine spare parts, agricultural equipment, office equipment, and genuine engine oils. Whether you are a rider, farmer, entrepreneur, government agency, or corporate organization, we have the right products to keep you moving and growing. At 2610 Multilinks Concept Limited, we offer durable motorcycles including Kumata motorcycles, genuine spare parts, high quality engine oils, dependable agricultural equipment, and modern office equipment, all at competitive prices, backed by excellent customer service. We offer loan services mostly for civil servants. Visit our Jalingo office at number 51 Amaruwa Way, opposite Sterling Bank, PSA, or before the pedestal bridge along Wukari, Yola Road, ATC Jalingo, or our Abuja office at number 5 Angle 90 Road, Phase 1, Gwagwalada FCT. For inquiries and orders, call 08-111-06-1254, 0803-617-1476, or 0803-761-8411. 2610 Multilinks Concept Limited. Quality products, trusted service, lasting value.
You're welcome back. You're on to Kwararafa Television News. You can get us on free to air and as well as Facebook page, Twitter, and YouTube. We now continue. South Africa Foreign Minister wants new rules and more transparency to apply to former heads of state undertaking foreign trips. The recommendation to Parliament follows a controversial visit to India last month by ex-President Jacob Zuma, where he met one of the businessmen allegedly at the heart of a huge corruption scandal that played a role in bringing down his government. The uproar over his meeting with Ajay Gupta prompted one minister to say that Zuma was showing the middle finger to South Africa. Around a decade ago, the Gupta brothers were accused of profiting from their close links to then-President Zuma and influencing South African policy. Both parties denied wrongdoing. An Indian court has found former Tehelka magazine editor Tarun Jepal guilty of raping a former colleague overturning its 2021 acquittal in a decade-old case. The Guwahati bench of the Bombay High Court said it was convicting Tejpal on a section of Indian law pertaining to rape and sexual harassment, legal website Live Law reported. This means Tejpal faces a minimum punishment of 10 years in jail and a maximum of life imprisonment. He will be sentenced later on Thursday. Tejpal, who has consistently denied the accusation against him, can appeal against the verdict in a high court. The tremors from Abdul El Sayed's victory in Michigan's Senate primary will have been felt hundreds of miles away by the Democratic Party leadership. In a year in which Republicans appeared to be facing significant electoral headwinds, Democratic primary voters have taken a chance on a left-wing insurgent raising the stakes in a Senate race in November that could decide overall control of the upper chamber. The question is whether the way El Sayed has electrified the party base and tapped into their anger will work on general election voters, and whether an unabashedly left-wing Democrat can win in a swing state. The party establishment, which had backed its opponent, will hope so. Primary results across 5 states on Tuesday were a snapshot of the mood of the American electorate 3 months before the midterm elections. And on sports, 2 Iranian female footballers who publicly defied their government have become Australian citizens. Tajer Ramazanasade, 34, and Fatame Pasadide, 22, were naturalized in Brisbane, Queensland. Ramazanasade said it was a truly special and unforgettable day, while her teammates said this moment means more than words can express. They were among 7 members of Iran's national team to be granted humanitarian visas while in Australia for the Women's Asia Cup in March, but the other 5 changed their minds and returned home. It was feared the team would face repercussions for refusing to sign the Iranian anthem, to sing the Iranian anthem rather at their opening march just days after the U.S.-Israeli war against Iran began. And that brings us to the end of the news on Kwararafa Television. You can join us for our subsequent news package. Joachim Lengana Bandawa is my name. On behalf of the production crew, have a great day. Good afternoon.